the Fully Geek.
Yes, man, them. Welcome to episode 51 of the Fully Geek Pod. What on?
Yeah.
What's
going on?
Happening?
What's going on, Father?
Yeah, everything is everything. Full squad inside, minus the man, Kel. Kel, hope everything's all right. And yes, what's going on, people, man?
You know what? I'm happy to be back. You know, obviously I was off last week for the 50th episode, but now that I'm back with the team.
Yeah?
Welcome back, mate.
Welcome back.
I know I was missed. Go on, just tell me. Just say it.
The truth is, yeah, you took the words out of my mouth, yeah.
Like I said, we didn't even mock you. You were missed. No explanation, you know what I mean? Just, I'm not going to be there. So, you know what I mean? You would explain why you weren't here last week?
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, let's not do that again. But, yes, it's episode 51. Not a hype thing, but I'm just letting you know I haven't missed the episode. Okay. The only one. But anyway, what's been happening? How's everyone's week been?
Yeah, it's been a while. Interesting.
Yeah.
Went to KFC.
You been KFC?
KFC, yeah.
Did you miss
Look
it?
at this.
I didn't, but it was just, I was sick of, I've mastered the McDonald's drive-through timings now. I just wanted something different, you know what I mean?
Why didn't you go Papa's, man? Or Dixie Fried Chicken?
Because I had to get out of the car. I still
laziness.
It's precautions, isn't it? Precautions. There you go. So as long as it's the window.
Have you missed KFC though, like that much that you needed to take it?
No, because I wasn't a religious KFC guy, but you know,
Every Friday used to be.
That's way back when.
Liverpool Street, them time there.
Yep, exactly.
But now, I would have at least had a KFC at least once in 2 months. That window was stretched, so it was deserved.
Now, but to be fair, do you know what? As soon as they opened KFC, I said to myself, I need a KFC in my life. No idea. It's not like I eat KFC. I always go for the cheaper option, Papa's, pigeons. But,
That sounds so disgusting.
but the thing is, it's proper nice as well, especially the spices on it. But honestly, I had to go KFC, and I had it, and I thought, you know what? It was wasting money. Won't be doing that again for a while.
Had enough, boy. I'm not gonna lie, I ain't done any of them things.
Yeah, same here, man.
Huh?
I ain't done any of them things.
Yeah, I ain't had no takeaway yet, you know.
Are you serious?
And the thing is, my favourites, every time I walk past, I'm like, boy, I should slip in there and get some wings, you know, still. But, yeah, I just haven't done it.
Not
Not even a fish and chips or nothing?
No, not at all, bro. And it's all around me, you know, no queues, and I still haven't done it.
This Merv, yeah.
I expect
You know,
it.
I don't think I'm well, man. I don't think I'm well.
You know, Mr. Boris, Mr. Boris' assistant, yeah, follows everything. You cannot.
I said the restaurants are open now.
Wait.
They'd go out and yam.
Yeah, I'll watch from the sidelines, boy.
So I
Watch
guess
it on TV.
that brings us up to date with that's COVID now. Like COVID update is restaurants, bars, clubs, pubs, everything's open. Like Saturday, bruv, they called it Super Saturday. Saturday. I thought, what, are Arsenal playing Chelsea? Are Man United playing Man City? Super Saturday. Is it the Olympics on? No. It was just the fact that we're opening pubs.
Do you know what? Honestly, it's disgusting. It's pathetic. And the fact that Boris said 6 a.m. and there's queues of people at 6, I don't get the theory. Are they okay?
Like, the thing is, don't get me wrong, I like a drink like the next man, but I will say this. During lockdown, bruv, off licenses were open, supermarkets were open that sold alcohol. If there was no alcohol during the 3 months, I could say, all right, you know what, I get it. Bruv, us man could go buy a shop, buy a couple of beers and go in the park and do a pub, you know?
That's it.
But people just miss that environment, innit? That, I mean,
Get all your
the people that have missed it so much, they think they're going to go back and it's going to be the same, and obviously not. Do you know
well,
what
it
I
looks
mean?
like it looks like it was the same.
Soho on Saturday night looked like it was the same, boy. They was out there, full force.
No distancing. The police were there in full force as well. Yeah, just let them go. Just let them go with it. You know, which I totally don't get. So it's okay for them to come into the hood areas and break up street parties, right? Because of the music and the whole social distancing. But when it comes to Soho, they don't do that. It's like, everyone, don't worry, guys. You just go for it. It's okay. It's Boris said it's Super Saturday.
Yeah.
That don't make sense to me.
No, and did you hear there's a couple pubs that have now like had to call some of the people that came and said, yeah, one Saturday there might be one or two men that were COVID positive, so the pubs are now in lockdown again.
Are you serious?
Yeah, a couple pubs. I think there was like 3 that they come up and they said, yeah,
I did see that.
Because they took your temperature before you go in, innit, and stuff like that, I think.
Yeah, but in saying that, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you think about it, the pubs ain't been open. Even if you got a cough, like, you're gonna say, boy, I want to go pub, innit? Like, you're not gonna be honest. You're the ones that, you know what, I really want a pint, but I'm just not gonna go because I don't feel well.
Yeah, it's a safety, bro. It's all right. It's a safety, bro.
So is there no social distancing in the pubs? Is it just like normal inside?
No, they want it to be social distancing, but how can you enforce it? Bro, drunk people don't know how to social distance.
That's what I'm saying, but you still have to like queue up to like go to Sainsbury's and M&S and all that.
I would think it's in certain pubs in certain areas where it's probably extremely bad. Yeah, it's just like when you go to like certain supermarkets, you're like, rah, no one cares in here, and then you go to other ones and you're like, what's going on? Is this some social experiment? So
you took the words out of my mouth, boy. I ain't gonna lie.
Bro, every supermarket in my ends right now, there is no queues.
Yeah, queues have just disappeared.
Queues have gone, bro. Before, you know, like we used to enjoy queuing up, like that little walk 1 meter, chill, wait for a minute, walk another meter. There's none of that no more. People just walking straight in.
Watching programs in between, like none of that no more, you know.
Yeah, it's almost back to normal.
Yeah, and to the second wave.
If there's a second wave.
I fully wear a mask now when I go shopping. Now.
Yeah, but the thing is, quick thing, obviously Leicester's in lockdown, but the numbers behind where it is in Barking and Dagenham and some other areas, it's about 100. 100 in regards to cases. So cases are still there, but they're creeping up. So come on, if you look at the whole pub concept, the fact that everyone mingled, that could just go up within 2 weeks. Within 2 weeks, because I said it takes 2 weeks for it to kind of be in your system, and then you come out with the temperatures, etc. So, but yeah.
Sorry.
Come on.
No. I was just gonna say, have you seen like all the cities and places in the world that have gone back into lockdown?
Oh yeah.
So is this like Mike just said, like this whole social experiment? It's like this is Big Brother. I mean, like you lot just said, they talked about this second wave. It's not really happening, and now everyone's allowed back in pubs and shops, and now they're having to put new lockdowns on pubs. Like, obviously, people are going to get more sick now, right? I don't know.
I guess it all depends on what you believe in.
There is that.
That's the other thing, isn't it? Like, I don't want to be controversial. Any of you heard of any police officers getting shut down with COVID in the line of duty?
No.
You would have thought by now you'd have seen someone like coughing drastically in the street. Like, shit, that person is ill.
Yeah,
like, maybe just one.
Yeah,
at least.
I don't want them to have it, but I mean,
but
they've been rolling around in gangs of 8 people in a van. They've been at all of these kind of functions at the pubs. They've been at the protests, the demonstrations, the marches, block parties. They've been harassing, man, everything. Have I heard one police officer? No one wears a mask. No one does social distancing. It may be that they just all get tested every morning. I have no idea. But I mean, you think that you hear one thing maybe.
Yeah. I was going to say, is that conspiracy right there?
No. This is. I don't know. Like I said, maybe they have never. Maybe it's not been come out, but I haven't heard any. I've heard of like nurses and people like in hospitals and stuff. But...
Yeah. I would expect the police force to be taking out the right measures by testing their staff, every day. I'm assuming if they're going to go out on the beat.
Possibly, but I definitely know there's no social distancing there, mate.
But
I'm with you, mate. You're right. They're just not reporting it. Whatever reason that is, they're just not letting us know. But somebody in like one in how many people has been affected. So you're trying to tell me that no policeman or police person has had it or had symptoms.
Police person.
Yeah, because it's just the world we're in now, isn't it? You know?
Yeah, I know. It's like they said that.
But yeah, also I know religious buildings and stuff have opened, churches, all those kind of things have now reopened. But obviously they've got social distancing, and I don't think they can sing in church. But we'll see how it goes. I don't know why that speaks Richard so much.
Oh God. So Nate, so what happened with you this weekend? How was your weekend? What did you get up to? Sunday. I know you took an adventure. Can you let us know? Enlighten us.
Yes. Well, as you know, over the past couple of weeks, I've been since lockdown, I've been doing a little bit more walking, and like occasionally you'd heard me talking about me and my journeys and seeing rats and all of this kind of stuff. But I kind of just wanted to give myself a bit of a challenge, to be fair, with the walking, and I thought, to be fair, I should have done it for charity, and I didn't. I just wanted to kind of see if I could do a marathon, or the length of at least a marathon walk kind of thing. So I did it on Sunday. I set out to go from Tottenham up to Welwyn Garden City to go see one of my brethrens. And yeah, I did it. It was cool.
28. Was it 28 miles?
26.
Yeah, 28 and 28.4 miles.
That's more than a marathon.
Yeah, and I timed my marathon as well, but then I wasn't at my friend's house, innit? So I still had to walk to his house.
How long did it take?
Walking 8 hours.
This is what this is what you call a legend, yeah?
8 hours.
This is what I'm talking about. Off his own back. There's no charity aligned to it. There's no competition. It's just self. What do you call it? Go on.
That's incredible.
Help.
To be honest, I just want to see if I could do it. Like today or yesterday, I felt like I really wish I did it and got a medal out of it. But like, so I mean, like, just say it's on the wall, what have you. But it was good. To be fair, the missus and the kids actually surprised me. They met me in Ware. I didn't even know they were going to be there. Like they just like randomly turned up in Ware with like posters and banners and stuff saying like good luck and you can do it and all that stuff. It was really, to be fair, it was really, really sweet. If I was an emotional man, I would have tears in my eyes at the moment. But it was actually really, really thought-provoking. It kind of like inspired me to keep it going. And the pace was good. Like I kept the pace up, which was really what I wanted to do.
And you burnt a lot of calories.
Yeah. It was good, man. It was good.
Burning a lot of calories, man. Big up. Honestly, big up. You know, when Nate told me he was doing this, and I thought, this geezer's mad. And I said to him, do you know what? I want to jump on it. I walked 3-4 miles and I thought, you know what? I had to laugh at it. You know what? I had to laugh to myself. I thought, this Nate is smoking different. I said to myself, do you know what? Nate, I'll leave it to you. Good luck with that one. And
I was properly saying, Rich, you can do it. Come, we'll do it. We'll train together. We'll do it. Like, it'll be cool. Then I messaged Rich. I was like, you come in? He's like, yeah, nah, about that. Cool.
No, but I said to myself, I will start walking much more. Potentially one day I'll build it up. And I think we should do a fully geeked walk.
Yeah. The thing is, if I do that after 2 hours, I'm fading out like Thanos snap, innit, bro?
Bro, you've all got in you, and we could do a bike ride, Marlon. Yes,
I think the bike. I think we could all do it on a bike. Come on, let's start.
I might don't have a bike.
Walk. Nor do I.
He's talking about
I'm trying, but I'm not gonna give out no free advertising. But I'm trying to get a bike for like 2 weeks.
That Santander bike,
Boy, I did that once. Boy, you don't want to do that.
All right, so if anyone wants to donate a bike for us to do a fully geek pod ride,
I need a bike as well. I need a bike.
There's probably about 6 of us. We need 6 bikes
Basically, yeah.
because I don't think no one's got a bike. All right, we'll do a bike ride. Yeah, that's cool, man. I don't mind. That's good. But yes, guys, what's the date today?
7th of July.
7th of
7-7.
July. 7th of the 7th.
Obviously.
Today was Don't Spend a Penny Day. Hashtag Don't Spend a Penny Day. Did any of you spend a penny today?
Nope.
Nope.
I'm not even gonna lie. I a little bit forgot, right? And I needed headphones for today for the pod, so I kind of had to. Shame on me. I didn't on the 27th though. I don't know if that makes up for it, but
I don't know. We're
I
talking about
completely
today.
like as
We're
I
talking about today,
bought it, I was like shit, and it was too late. Like, and I'm using them now for the pod, so it's kind of like for a black cause.
Many men would have given back the thing and I'll come back tomorrow.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
know, then then I wouldn't be on the pod. So, but yeah, I just being honest.
Poor excuse, man.
I could have just said no.
Today?
Poor excuse.
Rich, you spend anything today?
No, nothing at all, mate. I get paid on the 23rd. I got no money.
Hold on 1 second. It's the 7th, you know. It's the 7th today, bro.
I said,
you must stay yourself indoors, man. Don't go anywhere. Bro.
Rich is in yard for a whole another 2 weeks, boy.
You're
Mike?
like peanut butter ready, boy.
I spent. I didn't know, man. It didn't flag up in my thing. But
Well, hold on.
wait a minute.
Nate put in the group.
Yeah,
First thing in the morning?
Wait, listen. My day involved me having to do some missions. I had to put petrol in the car. Then I had to go somewhere. I ended up getting a parking ticket. So some of it was inevitable. Like I couldn't get out of it. So unfortunately, no. But yeah, I spent money in the shops when I needed to the last time. So you know what I mean? Swings and roundabouts, isn't it?
All right, well, I didn't spend a penny today. And I even stopped my god sister from buying a car today. She wanted to go and buy a car. I said, babes, don't spend a penny, dude. We have to do that tomorrow. If the car's gone, it weren't meant to be. Then she said, oh, but it could have been a black business owner. I said, but it wasn't. She said, no, it probably wasn't. So we didn't spend it anyway. Oh, yes. Also, I got a phone call from my mum this morning who informed me that 15 years ago was my graduation ceremony, which coincided with the day of the London bombings, which was the 7th of 7th, 2005. So, yeah, I don't know if, do people care about that anymore, like the government? I don't know, back in the day, people used to say stuff like 9/11, that's like a big thing. They have that every year. It's like a thing, like a moment of silence or whatever. Do they do that over here?
No, it was a strange thing. They don't do it anymore. They don't care, which is a bit strange. But there was no.
They still do the minute. Like if you was at work in a proper working day, there would have been like a minute silence.
Yeah.
No, that's what I thought. But
no,
they could have still done that now.
No, yeah, they've got to send the email
okay.
Because obviously the company I work for, they cover everything that's irrelevant now. And they would have sent an email saying, guys, 11 a.m., please remember a minute silent. Or it would have been on national TV in general.
Yeah, that's
right?
what I'm saying. I didn't even hear on the news. But to be fair, I don't watch the news. But I mean, do you know what I mean?
Or even the regular updates we get from Daily Mail or Sky News.
Yeah.
2000. Do you know, I thought it was before 2005, but it's apparently, obviously, it's not, isn't it? So,
yeah, no, it's 2005.
Yeah. My goodness, that's
maybe,
long time.
Maybe when it's been over time, maybe they would do it every 5 years or something. I don't know if they change.
But hold on, when was the London bombings?
2005.
No, it can't be that long.
Yeah, man.
I thought it was longer, to be fair, but then again, naturally, it's long. Wow, that's I think that there's
15 years ago.
Imagine people just being born in that year. They're like 15 now. It's just like almost a lifetime,
That is, yeah,
and then I think, crazy. To be fair, on that day, I think, or on or around that day, they also announced that London had won the London Olympics.
Olympics, yeah.
Bid over Paris.
Oh, that's messed up, man.
If you think about it, even the London Olympics was 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And that was actually pretty good.
Okay, would have been the Japanese Olympics this year, or is it Japan? Yeah, Japan. I don't know where it was going to be in Japan.
Japan Olympics.
Yeah, the Olympics in Japan. Yeah, as opposed to Japanese Olympics. Olympics in Japan, which obviously have been postponed till next year.
Yeah.
All right. There was a
But
bit
rest,
of
rest in peace to all that died though.
yes, all of them,
Yeah.
because I remember that they like get me the 56 bus, the London Underground. Went there somewhere else.
Um,
There's a couple of tubes, different state underground
Yeah.
stations.
Yeah.
Three, four,
I remember that the day it happened, my mum didn't let me go back home because I lived in Shoreditch and like I wanted to go back home. My mum was like, "No, you got to stay here."
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
there's been a bit of commotion on Twitter recently. To be honest, I'm just going to mention it. I don't really know much about it. This whole Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith, and August. I don't know what his surname is, to be honest. But apparently there's like some kind of love triangle, or Will and Jada apparently have been in an open relationship. August apparently has got his blessing from Will that he can do a thing with Jada.
yeah,
But I think he's now got upset because Jada has kind of done what she needs to do and she's like bounced from the situation and he's a bit like, I love her and all this. I don't know. It's a bit messy, to be honest.
but see, but the thing is, so there's been rumors about them for quite a few years that have an open relationship,
Yeah.
but it was never kind of clarified or put to bed.
They just kind of like swept it under the carpet, so you just thought it was just gossip talk. So,
Yeah,
so
but
this guy, who's this guy now? He's just, what is
Apparently
he?
he's a rapper or singer of something. I don't actually know him. Yeah.
What's his name?
August Alsina. He's a singer. Sorry, he's a singer. I may have said his name wrong, but I don't know any of his songs. So, like,
but don't you think that's a bit weird? Like, obviously, if Will Smith is given this blessing, but won't his kids think, what's going on? Like, what kind of relationship is you know what I mean?
it's a weird one. But to be fair, even now, like, I think Jada's denying the whole affair. So it's kind of being like, why is August talking? Like, that's what I'm saying. It just seems very messy now.
Nah, I think it's true. He wouldn't say anything for no reason. There's no purpose to it.
So we reckon no smoke without fire.
Oh yeah, definitely. He was he was getting involved sexually with her, guaranteed.
Guaranteed, you know.
No, obviously I'm not going insider, but these kind of rumors you don't just come out of it without getting sued or do you know what I mean? So potentially they could sue him for lying, but if he can, I'm sure he can approve it if he's come out with it.
Seems all a bit strange to me. I don't know. I don't believe it.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. It's I don't know. I don't know what are they trying to distract us from, eh? What's gonna come out? Maybe he's got a new album coming out or something.
Oh yeah, and just another thing on the news. Weinstein. Is it Weinstein?
Harvey Weinstein?
Yeah, his wife's been arrested as well. Is it his wife or
No,
what's
that
it?
was what's the case called? What is my man's name? Who's the one that died in prison?
Epstein.
Epstein, Weinstein, Epstein.
Rich, seriously, bro? You gotta get your info.
No, listen. I just thought if it was,
He's like, and he was going up there, Weinstein. Nah, bro.
no, I just remembered. I think she was taken in for questioning to ask more questions about what they've been doing. Yeah, and not just Prince Andrew, everything else. So it could be a lot of doors open in regards to what they've been getting up to over those years, and it could expose many more people within the industry.
Yeah, and she isn't his fiance or anything. She's literally just, I think they're just associates.
So shit's partner in crime, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ghislaine Maxwell.
Okay. So it could. So I think in the coming months we could see a lot of people getting arrested.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much they're willing for actually to come out with that stuff. To be honest. I think there's a lot of people that are probably involved in that stuff. I don't think they really want that out. Also, I'm hearing that the legend, the artist who believe he has mental health, well, some people believe he has mental health, is apparently trying to run for president in the US 2020 election. Mr. Kanye West.
Don't you think that's? I don't know. What do you guys think of it? Kanye West running for president of the United States.
He's actually serious about all that.
The thing is, I don't think he's formally entered yet, but there's rumors that he wants to enter.
Do you remember when he came into the game all humble, like wearing like them big jumpers and rucksacks and just a humble guy? Yeah. What happened to Kanye West? Like, what?
This is just
I'm hurt.
Kardashian, bro.
I don't know. Yeah, well, there you go.
I think it was before the Kardashians. It was just.
I think it all stems from his mum as well. To be honest, remember he paid for his mum's surgery, and then the surgery was the thing that killed her, innit?
Yeah, but good luck to him. I'm sure he can do it. I'm sure he can do it. Yeah, can he do a better job than Trump?
If Trump can do it, I think that's the perfect poster boy for you can be whatever you want, you know. Trump is that perfect poster boy, bro. Like, you look at him, he's saying, if Trump can do it, anybody can do it, bro. And there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to.
But do you think Kanye could handle that sort of pressure at the top? Because he storms up.
Oh, no. If Kanye's president, he's in, I don't know, I don't think he lasts a year. I don't think he'd last a year.
He won't last a year. I think there's way too much pressure.
Remember, he's the same guy that says, what was the American president at the time? He doesn't care. George Bush don't care about black people.
Yeah.
This is that same guy who went up on stage and said, I'm not trying to be funny, no disrespect, but Beyonce should have won the best video. That's the same Kanye.
The greatest of all time. The greatest of all time.
But he might actually help us out, though. You know? He might actually do something.
Like what?
I don't know. So,
free pair of Yeezys to every black person in the world, yeah?
It's too much, man. It's too much.
Oh, my God. You see the video of that woman who was trying to paint over the Black Lives Matter thing in America? You know the thing outside that they painted, the Black Lives Matter near the White House? She tried to paint over it with black paint. And then like someone just put in the comments, she's just trying to change the colour. Because she's painting black over the white. So like she's not painting the road, so it still looks like the outline of all of the letters, but it's just in black.
Yeah, good old you. Honestly, you know, there's so much stuff on Twitter, Instagram with the US. Honestly, I just think they're absolutely insane. I think they live in a totally different world where it's just anything goes. Honestly, it literally, I just don't get it. There's so much out there, and I'm thinking, how did this country get away with some of the stuff? You know, there's so much different states, which some are normal, and some are just absolute racists. I know I'm going into a bit more, but it's just America is just in a different realm.
The free and the brave and all that stuff.
Oh mate, it's crazy.
But yeah, as well as all those things opening, the Barbers is opening, guys. I'm finally going to be able to sort this hair from like going in my mouth and off the moustache.
Yeah.
And all of this stuff. I'm not going to lie. I've already booked an appointment. Merv, I know you don't feel my pain because you've been getting the home trims. Like your trims are looking A1. You're not getting barbers anymore.
Yeah.
But I need to sort myself out, bro.
I'm surprised you guys not even like taking the clippers to your beard. Like, I can understand your hair, but like, these are the times to like sort of practice, innit, and experiment.
I've been telling them. I've been saying that to them.
Or is it sacred? Is the beard sacred? You just don't want to like.
See, for me, yeah, my beard, I get the beard part, but the mustache bit, you can trim. That's easy.
No.
So I've been trying to get the scissors.
I get that. I just use the clipper and just go on, just make a line under the.
No, I've been doing the scissors underneath the mustache.
So that hair don't shut up. You come on, you know the beard's beautiful.
Mate,
The
if you
audience
guys
can't
don't,
see me.
guys, if you
They
don't,
can't. The illusion is there. People.
okay, Marlon. I don't know if you guys know Marlon.
Thick beard.
Marlon
Bro. Thick
cannot
beard.
grow a beard to save his life.
What are you doing, man? I
You know,
edit this, yeah.
he's a 10-year-old.
Man, he's a 10-year-old. A man ain't even gone through puberty. He's a 10-year-old.
He cannot get sideburns. Cannot get hair.
All right, man. Hey, what's the next topic, bro?
Allow the bullying, man. Allow the bullying.
Yeah, like I said, the Barbers is open. I've got an appointment booked for Thursday. I messaged my barber. I said, bro, I'll work around you. Whatever time you can do, I'm there. Cause I ain't got nothing doing. And yeah, so he called me back today. So I've got an appointment Thursday.
Is your barber already sort of back in training? Because is it going to be like a footballer? You know, like they're not going to...
No, you know what it is? You know, like on my barber's Instagram, shout him out, shout out Celebrity Barber, shout out.
He's been cutting, bro.
Bro, he's been cutting, bro. And I've looked at, the ones where he's got the pictures and then he zooms into a man's head and he comes back out. Yeah. People be looking A1, bro. They be looking like new people, bro. I would look like a new guy, bro. You know the ones there? I'm even getting my hair redone on Thursday. Friday, I'm going to be, I ain't got nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go. But I just want to feel, you know what I mean? Yeah. If I would, you know what I mean?
And to be fair, I am excited to get a trim. And my barber's already phoned me 3 or 4 times. He says, "Yeah, yes, Richard, come, come. I'm ready for you. So I must have sent him a picture a few weeks ago. And
the hairline.
What hairline?
Oh yes, let's reverse it back on me. Well, wonderful,
bro. Come on.
It is though. You see the way the light is shining.
Bro, it's proper bouncing.
But it's like the canyon, like how it's taken a. Anyway, sorry, Rich, you were saying?
Man said the canyon. Oh Jesus. Anyway, guys, yeah. So he's asked me to come for a haircut, and I told him, "Do you know what? I will. I'll be there." But I want that Zoom thing. I need that whole a little diary. You know, I'm off the way to get a haircut. You know, Zoom, boom, fresh.
Bro, do it.
Rick Ross beard. I might even get it slightly dyed as well. Who knows?
Dyed. Like a blonde thing.
A blonde? No, black.
Oh, that. Oh. Well, like a jet black thing.
Yeah, I know a few people with jet black, and it looks on the next level. Looks sick.
I'm sure that's not just them people that like take care of their beard with oils and stuff, and it has that like sheen to it, like mine. All right, just move on. Just answer it. Move on. It's not over too long.
Oh, he's gonna try. He's gonna rip you in. All right. All right. Cool. Well, I don't think there's anything else been going on for the past week, so let's just get on with things, bro. All right. I May Destroy You.
Yes.
This week we had episode 9 and 10. Anyone watch it?
Yeah.
What did you think?
I'm a bit confused. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay, talk to me.
I know I missed the first 4, but like 8 ended with her going into the ocean, right?
Yes.
But then 9 started with her in the flat. None of that was explained. I know she was talking to a doctor and all that, but there was nothing about that. So what was the point of it? Anyway.
Probably just came back home, really, isn't it?
It was more, I guess it was kind of like her rebirth.
Like the ominous ending at the end, the music. Oh my gosh, obviously she's not going to commit suicide. We all knew that.
But I think it's probably more about the fact that she's putting that part of her life to bed, innit? Remember, because she went there to go and chase my man. And she's acting all out of character in it. So I think maybe it was that how kind of I'm washing away the sins, or I'm washing away this now, in it. I don't know.
But it's true though, Marlon. It's true, because I only really noticed that until like probably midway of episode 10. I'm like, oh yeah, what happened there? Do you know what I mean? I
literally stopped 9 and rewound 8. Did I miss something? Let me just watch it again and then it didn't really.
It's probably something that needed no explanation, really.
Yeah, so we had episode 9. Was that the social media one?
Yeah.
Yeah, so episode 9, Arabella became some kind of social media guru. she was calling out any and everybody about their stories, their journeys, their sexual assault, all that kind of stuff. And she became the kind of go-to person.
Mm.
And she was tweeting and responding, but again, it kind of wasn't good for her mental health, innit?
No.
And it kind of, you saw how it impacted on her and her friendship group.
Mm.
That was the one where her and my man stopped being friends, innit? Or was that episode, like, because I watched them earlier.
Who, her and Kwame?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was intense scene, man.
It was, but was she wrong for calling out Kwame?
The thing is, the way they film, the way they do this program, they're very smart the way they do it, because it's like they deliberately try and tear you apart, like who's right and who's wrong. We know that both of them obviously have gone through stuff, and they're kind of dealing with their trauma in a different way, innit? And stuff. But I mean, even what we were saying the week before about Kwame, you know, should he have really told that girl that he was like gay, like, you know, because like maybe he should have told her, I think. But also at the same time, I felt like Arabella was going on a bit. She was just going for him. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's only until Terry sort of said to her, like, well, you locked Kwame in a room with that guy, and did you not think about the impact that it had on him? And I'm still thinking, like, and she kind of thought, I'm really sorry, but actually, did she? Up to now, I'm still confused. Does she know what happened to Kwame? Because it didn't really.
They never really explained. I think now she does, but before, to be honest, before that, the episode that she locked him in, she didn't know nothing had happened to him.
No, she didn't.
So I think it was a little bit different, because technically she didn't really know what happened to Kwame at all.
No, she didn't. No.
So that was a bit, but they had that episode, and obviously she just couldn't cope with the whole social media thing.
Oh, sorry. What happened for us to know now that she does know about Kwame? Because I haven't seen anything.
I think when they've spoken about, I think they've kind of, Kwame's a little bit more open about his whole thing. So I think it's just kind of
implied, kind of.
Yeah, it implies that they've all had a conversation about it.
Yeah.
I thought their costumes were sick though.
Yeah.
I thought their costumes were quite sick with the wings and all of that stuff. And Terry, she's a nutter. Terry's a mad girl. You get me? Yeah. Terry's very mad. And I even think sometimes Terry, I think she's a ride or die for Arabella. Yeah. But I think sometimes she wants to call Arabella out on her nonsense as well, though.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
And I think she should.
Was that the episode with her and Simon in it, or was that the episode after?
I think Simon was in that episode as well. See, this what happened. Did you watch? Was that episode 10?
Yeah, it was Arabella and Simon, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Arabella and Simon, and that's when Simon says they become friends again, and then Simon says, "Yeah, we both should have took L's, but Terry should have taken more of an L because she was the one that told me to leave you."
Yeah.
And again, Arabella, I don't know if she is very good at dealing with her emotions or hiding her problems, because she never confronts any of them about it.
That's true, yeah.
She just says, okay, that's cool, yeah.
Yeah, she just takes it on the chin, innit, basically. Like,
yeah, and it takes me back to that same episode when she was with my man, and my man took off the condom. Like, she was very much like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
As opposed to switching.
Yeah, I thought she was going to switch, innit, and then they'd done their little bad boys motto thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? So it's like, it's all good.
So yeah, that was a good episode. Then we had episode 10, which was more about her relationship with her dad.
Mm-hmm.
And at first, like, I thought the big reveal was going to be like her dad had done something to her or something. Do you know what I mean? Like, she didn't know.
Yeah.
But it was the fact that her dad was having an affair with one of her mum's best friends, or mum's friend, or auntie, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And it was good to see the kids back. Like, I liked when they go back in time. Like, them two kids, they're funny.
For real.
The girl that plays Arabella, I feel like I've seen her in something before.
Yes, she is. I don't remember exactly what she's in, but she has been in things before. And I don't think she's as young as the character that she plays.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's what it is. I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, you just said about how she hides her, she deals with her emotions very well.
Yeah.
I think that just kind of answers it, because in episode 10, she obviously just forgets things. Like, she kind of deals with it and then puts it away.
Yeah.
How did she forget that? Something like that. But
yeah, I was going to add to that. Do you think she has some form of repressed memories? Because, yeah, it's like even with the whole, you know, when she was looking for, I think she was looking for evidence, and she found pictures of her scan.
The sonogram thing.
Yeah.
So it's almost like she just forgets things or puts them in the back of her mind, sort of thing. Like, so I don't know.
Yeah, like she literally forgot that she did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess that answers that.
Yeah, there's something about her mental well-being there. Like maybe she's suffering from some form of repressed memories or something.
Also, what is like? I don't want to say it's a waste of a character, yeah. But Ben, yeah,
Ben's her roommate, yeah,
Arabella's roommate.
Yeah.
I every time there's an episode of him in, yeah, I think it's something gonna happen. Like she was on some not white men are trash. I can't remember. She used something. I can't remember. Yeah, whatever things. And I was thinking, okay, but is your roommate not white? And is he not your brethren? And like, but Ben, I don't know. I really don't understand his role within the show.
Do you know? I think Ben's just there to sort of. Do you know what? They clearly have some form of understanding, some sort of relationship that they have. Like, okay, he knows that Arabella just gets up to all these things. She's got quite of a wild lifestyle and so on and so forth. And he's just probably just there to kind of, you know what, I'm here to support you. Because even like they mentioned about, you know how she hasn't really got the money to, she goes, oh, can you cover this month's rent? And he's just like, yeah, fine. So it kind of, he's kind of there, he's almost like he's been supporting her for a very long time. And they just wanted to highlight that in this episode. Yeah, because I forgot he actually exists sometimes. But yeah, in this episode, he was kind of there. Like, even, when was it? When they were having the house party.
Yes.
And two people were having a conversation, and it just switched to him. Like they was in his room all that time, basically. He's like,
just mad, just sitting there in his bed kind of thing. Like, why are you in my room?
Yeah, I thought that was quite funny, actually. Yeah.
That's probably why I'm confused with how 9 started, because I've not seen him before. So to be fair, I didn't even know that was her home. I just thought ended with water, started in the bed. And then he walked in. I was like, what? So you like, kind of helping me out a little bit.
Yeah, he's literally just her roommate. He's literally her roommate.
Well, you need to get on the first 4 episodes, man. It's only 28 minutes.
I know, but you lot scared me with episode 4, man. That's all.
You got to do it.
Nah, you got to do it. You know what it is? It's not the thing is, because you know things could happen, things are going to happen, it's not actually that bad. For us, it was just a shock to the system, because that's not what I was expecting.
I ain't gonna lie, I get a little uncomfortable in certain scenes. It's like a little too...
Man like Kwame.
Man like Kwame, bruv.
I'm still not happy with Kwame's character, though.
Do you know what? I was like, I don't know. Do you think he's like a sex addict, basically?
Well, at the end of episode, oh damn, I don't know what episode it was. At the end of the episode, when he went back to my guy's house. I think it might be episode 9. He went to my guy's house, and he obviously was like, "Yeah, let's allow the eating thing. Let's just stop."
Yeah.
And the guy was like, "Nah, let's like." Do you know what I mean? And at the end, he's like, "Can we have a hug?" Yeah. And it showed he's got an emotional side to him.
Yeah.
And I think maybe he's never ever been able to express that. So part of his thing is always to kind of just go out there and just do the thing, and that's where he's kind of behind his emotions. It's just like, yeah, man gets walk out, or I walk out, whatever the case may be. I don't know what the saying is, isn't it? But like that's what he's on. Where I feel like actually I want more from him. Like I want him to I prefer him to have a relationship with somebody, or even I just don't like the narrative that's all they do. Bro, he was on the bus swiping left on this gaydar, whatever the app was. Bro, there was 5 men on the bus.
Yeah.
And everyone looked back and smiled at him.
But do you know what though? I think they're obviously showing it from his perspective, but also what I find interesting is that from the people that he meets, like they're not just always on that. Like that grinder might be just a way of meeting new people, but it doesn't mean that okay, because I'm on this app, I just want to sort of get in there straight away. Maybe it's just another avenue of actually trying to find some connection. So for Kwame, it's like, well, actually, you're on this app. This is what we do on this app. Whereas other people might think like, okay, I know that people want to do this on this app, but actually it's probably a lot easier for me to find people to connect with and actually start something meaningful. Do you know what I mean? So it's interesting how they've showed it from the perspective of the other characters, because I guess if we're just focusing on Kwame, we're just seeing it through his lens, like this is all that people do basically, and it's not necessarily the case. So
but are we looking forward to the last 2 episodes next week?
Yeah, man. I have no idea what's going to happen at all. Like, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm not sure the direction it's going to go in, but last 2 episodes of next week, it'd be definitely, like I said, we'll talk about it, find out what's up going on. Yeah? All right. Yeah. Last week, we mentioned the return of Doom Patrol. And I think at the time, Merv, you hadn't watched it. You said you need to look at your alternative platforms and stuff like that. All right.
I'm up to date, man.
A week later, and you've watched the first 4 episodes?
Yeah, I'm up to date.
What are we saying? What's your thoughts on the program?
Do you know, it's just, I thought the first season was crazy. The second season is crazier. And it's like, as we were saying earlier, it's just one of these programs that there's just so much madness going on, but you kind of understand what's happening at the same time. So I think with this season, they're kind of just focusing on each character's sort of development or their background or what their hopes are and stuff. And I'm not too sure who the main enemy is actually.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't think that's been revealed yet. But
no,
from season 1, it was kind of like delving into each of the characters. So that what they're doing now is just since the end of the first season, they're delving into them even more. Like, it'll probably build up to whatever the final thing is of this whole series.
Yeah,
but there's interesting characters in it, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, this episode, the latest episode, episode 4, was called Sex Patrol.
Oh yeah.
And we met Flex, the muscle man.
Oh yeah, he came back, didn't he? He was in
came back.
1, yeah.
And then his job was to go and give Rita basically an orgasm.
Yeah.
But like by looking at the wall and just tensing.
It's
really weird.
Well, when that baby just came out.
It was weird, the whole thing. It was like Ghostbusters, isn't it?
Could you imagine drinking? Could you imagine drinking at that episode? You'll think like, what the hell is going on with me? Yeah. I'm about to seeing things or hallucinating.
Yeah, no, that's what it is. It's enjoyable watch, but like I said, it's up there.
And do you know what, Nate? Yeah, I didn't even realise how much Cliff swears. You know,
I told you.
Like I heard it so much more than when I watched it. Like when I started watching, I'm like, this guy. Like even when he went to go and see his daughter, it's like the way he just approached her. I'm like, bro, just tone it down a bit, and then she's shocked. Do you know what I mean?
You know, by the end of the series, he won't be swearing as much, I guess.
Yeah. He's got to go full circle, but and
because he hasn't got no outlet for his emotions, isn't it?
Yeah,
he's just a robot, and it's just all in his head. So that's what he's just got to try to like understand himself a bit more.
Yeah.
And I got well, it's not a confession. You see, when you watch things on alternative platforms, sometimes they might say it's episode 4, but it's really episode 3 or whatever, like whatever the link is. So the other day I was watching, I went to watch episode 4, I pressed play. About 5 minutes into it, I was like, oh, you know, like sometimes they show you the same episode but from a different perspective.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there going, oh, this is what they're doing there. I'm thinking, I've seen this bit. Whose perspective are they talking about? And I stopped. I said, hold on, haven't I watched this episode already?
That happened to me, you know. When I watched the first episode, I'm like, this is actually season 1, episode 1. Do you know what I mean? And I got, and you know, you're so fixed. You're 15 minutes into it. I'm like, that's valuable time, you know.
Literally that's what happened. I was like, bruv, I've seen this all already.
It just depends on the platform, though, guys, and like you got to understand how it works.
I now know which one to click on, which ones not to click on, and all that stuff. But it was, like I said, it was just I watched it again. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the next one. I think this episode 5, which coming out this week, is called Finger Patrol. So basically, Patrol obviously is going to be the name of all of the episodes.
Yeah. That was like,
they've always been Patrol.
As well.
Yeah,
they've always been Patrol. But this one's going to be called Finger Patrol. No idea what this means.
There's so many connotations.
Maybe it's
After last episode, it could be anything.
Isn't it?
Maybe it's one of her imaginary friends, isn't it?
Possibly. And do you not feel sorry for my girl, the daughter, Dorothy?
I don't know, man. She seems a bit. There's something sinister about her, man. I don't trust her.
But I just feel like the dad's trying to. I know he's trying to protect her, but I just feel like allow her a little bit, man, innit?
The thing is, because seems to always have a hidden agenda that we don't. And like, he's already like he tried to sort of confess, like own up and be apologetic to everyone and make ways for his errors, but he's still like being a bit sneaky about stuff now. So you don't know, and then it'll be interesting what happens between, because obviously
to be fair, I do hope they change up a little bit though, because this is kind of seeming like the first season a lot. Like again, they're still just like, you know, the doctoral professors just kind of, you know, being shady and stuff. And I'm like, well, this is what was happening in the first season as well. And I hope something for the next how many episodes, how many there are, that they change it up a bit more.
Yeah, I think it's easier to highlight. He was like that in the first season, but you got to understand, he wasn't around for a lot of that season. He popped up towards the end here and there because they were trying to find him.
Oh, so, yeah, for real.
Because that big reveal was kind of like at the end of the first season.
Oh, yeah.
So they're kind of like that way towards him now. But I still think with all the other characters now, like with Crazy Jane, like they're going to keep flipping around those characters because her own little arc, she's got her own agenda in it, like what her mission is meant to be. She's got her own things to battle. And then I don't even know what's happening with Cyborg yet. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's interesting things to come on that, I think.
Yeah, so let's keep it going. Let's see what's happening with Doom Patrol. Well, Mike, I know I'm going to come to you because I know you're up to date. What's happening with Stargirl? I'm almost up to date. By next week, I'll be up to date.
All right, he's watching it.
Well, me, you, and Kel, I think.
Okay, all right. Well, so where we're up to now. Okay, let me just a little recap. So Stargirl finds his staff, but now she's Stargirl. That's a very short version of the story.
The last I'm up to on Stargirl is she's going around basically recruiting other people to be part of her team.
So she's recruited them. This is because I'm on episode 6 or 7. So she's recruited them, and then they thought they was gonna find like one of the main baddies, but they ended up coming across another baddie, and then it all kind of like went pear-shaped for them. Then her dad turned up in his suit, saved them, and then he was trying to train them. And basically, the last week's episode, they were fighting, her and the girl from school, you know, the bully girl, the mean girl. She's like the daughter of the guy with the eyes. So basically, she's like Wolverine or some madness. Like she's got things that come out of her arms and shit. And it was a good fight. It wasn't a flash fight. It was good special effect. It was a good action sequence. But when that happened, the girl was about to kill Stargirl, and then you know there's that janitor man.
Yes.
That old man. He had a sword in it. He's basically some superhero from back in the day, and he just saved Stargirl, but then he kind of like sneaked away. So he's gonna turn up. There's an episode in the episode list There's one called the Sighting Night, the White Night, or the Shining Night.
Shining Night, yeah.
Yeah, that'll be his episode. But so this week's episode was the fallout after that. Cindy now knows that the other girl, what's her name?
Courtney.
Courtney is Stargirl. So she went around the house and went, "Oh, sorry that he was in a car crash," because her dad pretended they were in a car crash and crashed his car. Just to cover up why she was
the injuries.
Yeah. So then the other girl went around the house and was like being all nice to her. And then as she was going out of the room, she went, "Oh yeah, I know you're a Stargirl. I'm going to kill all your friends." And then just bowled out the yard. So the girl's now got pranked, but her friends are at the mum's house, at that girl's house, sneaking around trying to find stuff. And basically, I could talk the whole episode there. I've really gone over the whole episode. I don't want to spoil it too much. But they find some information about who she is and who her parents are. The guy who's the son of the brainwave guy that can read minds, his powers are starting to develop.
Henry.
Yeah, Henry. So towards the end of the episode, it was almost like Spider-Man, you know, where Green Goblin, where he finds the mirror and he finds a suit. It was like that, because he could start to hear things. Then he found the suit, and then he found some letters, and he kind of like understands the Injustice Society and Stargirl. So he's basically conflicted with what he's going to do. And if you know the comic arc of him, he's actually a goodie. So he could go any good or bad. But good episode to watch. All the baddies are actually all good, like the adult characters. They're all interesting, so it kind of like balances it out with some of the sort of silliness that sometimes happens in it.
The teeny bop stuff.
Yeah.
So what episode you guys on?
The latest episode that came out yesterday was episode 8.
Yeah, Shift 2.
Yeah.
Is it alternative platforms?
Yes. I don't know what channel's picking up over here.
Yeah.
But I think, to be fair, even if you wait for it to come out on British television, I still think it's a very good watch.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, someone must be thinking it. Mike, I love the way you say baddies. That just takes me right back. Like, I love it.
Yeah, but those
baddies, you know,
actually,
like the goodies and the baddies. It's just like I feel like I'm in school again.
Why you said it?
Not the villains, like adults, the baddies. Yeah. Keep it like that, though. I like that.
Do you know, as you say that, yeah, that's the second time I've heard that word today. You know, one of my colleagues. I was talking about robots with one of my colleagues, innit? And there's like we're just talking about how robots may take over in it, so we've got to take care of like artificial intelligence. And it's like, yeah, we don't want them to like or get the baddies being involved. And I started laughing about it. Like baddies, you know.
It's like I said, it's cool. I respect it. I respect the goodies and the baddies.
It's the geek in us.
It is the geek in us.
But anyway, Stargirl's a great show. But watch it.
Yeah. All right. Last week I spoke about it. Disney Plus released Hamilton. If Anyone is Anyone, it was a theatre production that was in West End. And if you wanted tickets, you had to part with close to £100 or more for a single ticket. If you wanted a good ticket, you was paying up to $150 each. So I wanted to take the misses. I didn't because, I get paid on the 23rd. Was it Rich? The way my checking account works and my banking account, you know. But yeah, it's come out on Disney Plus, and I've been watching a lot of theatre stuff on YouTube and stuff like that over the past since lockdown, basically, because I am a man that goes theatre and stuff. Mainly because I get freebies, but I go theatre a lot. No, it's bloody expensive, man. But
It's freebies.
Freebies, yeah. Shout out my plug. I'm not going to say her name in case that she's not allowed to be my plug anymore. So shout you out. If you're in bosses listening, you didn't give me nothing. But Hamilton came out. Did anyone watch it?
Yeah.
What did you think of it?
Do you know what? I was at first I thought, no, I don't know, because I like theatre as well, and I like the whole atmosphere of the theatre. It just takes you away, innit? And I thought, how am I going to be watching theatre production, and the thing is, I probably watched it on my phone as well, which I thought
Wow.
is even more of a violation. No sound bar, nothing in it, just on my phone, and I was just engaged. Like, it was so much fun, like it's just music all the way through, even if like the more quieter parts,
Yeah.
they're still singing or rhyming or something, innit? And I'm like, this was actually it was really good. Like,
Yes.
I thought maybe I might give this one a miss, innit? But everywhere I just saw YouTube adverts, just hammered everywhere. I'm like, no, I got to watch this.
Yeah, so for those that haven't watched it, Hamilton is a musical which is about one of the quote-unquote American forefathers.
Mm-hmm.
Or they call them forefathers? No, they call them something.
Founding fathers.
Yeah, founding fathers.
Founding.
And he was also one of the people around George Washington, and he was one of his advisors and that kind of stuff. And it's about his kind of story of how he is, basically. And it's a little bit like, I don't know if you remember, if any of you ever watched Carmen, the hip hop opera, where the whole of the thing was done in like hip hop.
Yeah.
So it's all like rapping and rhyming and all that kind of stuff. That's how this was.
Yeah.
There's no like normal dialogue where a man's talking. It's all using rap or rhyme, singing. Like, there's a couple people have different rhyming patterns, which was quite good. What was his name? There was one I really, really liked his rhyming pattern.
Was it the one that played Thomas Jefferson?
Yes.
Yeah. I know his name is just on the tip of my tongue, but I know you're talking about.
Yeah, Thomas Jefferson. I liked his character. I liked the way he rapped. He brought a bit element of comedy, and his his expressions and stuff was really, really good.
Yeah.
But I thought as a show, I think it's sick. My only negative, and it's not really a negative. It is very American. So because over here, I don't necessarily know American politics or American, like, the history of America. Yeah. Some parts of it was a little bit alien to me because I don't like. Obviously, Hamilton was the first president. Then Jefferson became president, and there was a guy after Jefferson who also became president. Yeah, so they were like the first four presidents, because there was a second president in between. But because that's not my history, I was a little bit distant from it, if that makes sense. Where I would have loved to know the story of him and say, okay, I know this is why this happened. Like, I think on Sky Documentary this week, there is a documentary about George Washington. I'm probably going to watch that, and then I might watch Hamilton again with a little bit more kind of understanding, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and the thing is, I think, even without you necessarily knowing his history or his background, the story itself, it kind of was a bit self-explanatory, isn't it? Like, it's just kind of his journey. Obviously, there's some, even though it's supposed to be like a family thing, there were some adult themes there as well. But I think they handled that very well. Like, it wasn't really explicit, like
the affair. Yeah,
the affairs and stuff, and even there's supposed to be some swearing in it apparently. But the way they, obviously it's Disney, isn't it? So it's like they're not gonna drop any F-bombs in there. But the way they've done it, they kind of just cut it out, and at first I thought that it was supposed to, that they done that, it was deliberate, but they was actually supposed to swear, but they had to obviously do it in a way where they didn't actually drop it. So I think they handled it really well.
Yeah, and I mean, it was a tour that's gone over around the world, isn't it? It's in Chicago, it was in West End. They were having raffles for tickets, everything.
Yeah. I added the playlist straight away to Spotify. I can't lie.
Yeah, no, I think
it's like,
I remember the one.
Yeah, it had to be done but both versions as well. Because they got like their hip hop side of it, and then they got the actual orchestra. Yeah, both of them.
I think it's a really, really good program, to be honest. It's a really good program. Which again leads me on to this thing. So Disney Plus. When Disney Plus first came out, a lot of us were part of the hype. We signed up Disney Plus. I think I've confessed on the pod the other day, I haven't watched Disney Plus in ages. Like, things that I thought I'd watch, I haven't watched. Maybe because I think they're always going to be there. And I know, Mike, you've always been quite... you spoke of the need for Disney Plus to start having some original stuff, because if it doesn't have its original stuff, it's just kind of a bit of stuff, the same old that we had before. And so Disney Plus, in the past month or so, they've obviously added Hamilton to their roster. They've added Frozen 2. The second version of, what was her name?
Maleficent.
Maleficent. And they also had Artemis Fowl. So are Disney Plus now kind of showing their muscle a little bit more? Like, actually, we've got exclusives, but we're just going to drop them when we want to drop them.
No, they're just doing it because of COVID. Those films are all going to be in the cinema.
True, yeah. And yeah, and actually, yeah, and the thing is, Hamilton was actually obviously supposed to be in theaters, like physically in theaters.
Yeah, but I think there was also a thing for Disney Plus to be able to have an exclusivity from it or something.
Yeah.
The plan was if they released it, then it could be released after the cinema quicker on Disney Plus as an exclusive before it gets up to general Blu-ray release or for other TV shows.
But the thing is, for me, Disney Plus, when I got it, I had my expectations of it wasn't for original content. I think Disney Plus for me is just years of nostalgia, and obviously things that have come out more or less in recent years, like all the Disney Pixar stuff. Like it's for me, it's just something that you can just watch over and over and over again. Like I can't lie, I've got my money's worth because my daughter will probably watch. Yeah, she watches Disney Plus more or less all day, innit? Like, do you know what I mean? And also, yeah, just going back to revisit other programs like films. Like I was watching Goofy movie the other day.
Wow.
Yeah, like I've been watching Clone Wars. Star Wars Clone Wars. Oh my gosh, it's the best thing ever. I can't even get into that now, but I'm telling you, whoever likes Star Wars but hates the films of recent films, yeah, watch Clone Wars. You'll be satisfied 100%. Like that's all I can say about that. But
yeah,
no,
with me, I've been watching all the X-Men. You know, the original X-Men.
Yeah.
I got it on my list. I got Spider-Man at the 1994 series. Like
that's it.
Yeah, for me, it's just like I don't even need new content from that. I don't need originals. It's like, well, obviously they're gonna once they start releasing films back in cinemas and whatnot, those films will come on there anyway. But it's just something that I don't think they need to sort of follow the other formulas like Netflix or Amazon and like they just have their own sort of separate thing.
Yeah, but some people have probably weighed up like their sort of costings. Like, do I get Amazon? Do I get Netflix? Do I get Disney Plus? And they might be thinking, you know what? They get films, but I get new stuff to watch. So there's some people who are on a budget who, you know, might just like if they're picking this one, it's got to sort of be worthwhile, like on all sort of levels.
True. And I think,
buy a pair of shoes and just not wear them until there's a wedding or something.
No, it's true. And I think, it's true. Because I suppose, like, some people might have Sky, so they get a lot of stuff. So, kind of got a lot of it, you know, to be fair. But, I guess it just depends on what you want out of it, really.
Like, like obviously I've got it, but I still want to watch all of the new Marvel stuff. Like I'm very much into. I want to watch Falcon Winter Soldier. I want to watch WandaVision.
Oh yeah.
Like they're the things that I actually want to watch.
Yeah.
And I think, like you said, this is the whole point of us. I think we were hyping so much because when they had the little kind of the whole Disney launch and the whole Phase 4, and they mentioned all these shows. And I think on the basis of that, everyone was excited, and that's why everyone jumped on to Disney Plus to obviously purchase it. And you know, obviously due to COVID, that's the reason why everything's been halted.
Falcon and Winter Soldier, I think, most of them. They were all fall of 2020 in it. So they were all like August onwards, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I believe they're still due to come out the times they should have. And that's for me, that's what I'm into. I want to start seeing the beginning of Phase 4. I want to see Falcon, Winter Soldier. I know it's WandaVision. I want to see Loki. That's what I'm really into at the moment. That's what I want to see. Bro, it feels like we haven't had a Marvel film for ages.
Mm.
We're so used to them. I mean, we're so used to them coming out, aren't we? Yeah.
Yeah.
Agents of Shield is back.
It's good though. It's good because
go away.
What's that?
He said Agents of Shield has come out.
Agents of Shield. Was just like,
no, don't disrespect AOS, man.
Oh, no, come on, disrespected itself.
You got withdrawal the same, isn't it?
No, I'm kind of glad we've had that gap because Endgame was a lot, man, and that came out last year, you know. Yeah, it was heavy.
Since Endgame, remember we still had Spider-Man.
Yeah, Far From Home. And that's it.
Was that last one, October?
Yeah, that was the last one. Yeah. So that was the film after Endgame, Far From Home.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And that came out last summer, autumn.
Yeah, both of them come out last year.
And isn't what's meant to come out now?
Black Widow.
Black Widow.
Yeah.
So that's meant to come. That should be the next release then.
Yeah. Because that got pushed back as well, isn't it? So
yeah,
it's due to come out pretty soon.
It's clear they're forcing it has to come out in cinema. That's if it wasn't going to come out in cinema, they would have put it on Disney Channel. So the case of let's just wait.
Yeah. I think that they have to.
The ones that like some of the films they put on Disney Channel as well, they knew they weren't really going to necessarily make money on it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Obviously, the Hamilton one is a different sort of category in itself, but like the Artemis Fowl and all of that, those ones, like I think they just rushed it out because they knew that it's not worth going back to redo it or reshoot it to sell it. Just put it on.
Yeah, they know the films that will definitely get people out. Like even with the COVID around, they know that there's going to be certain films that will get people into the cinema, and Black Widow will be one of them.
Yeah.
Even though I dissed it, like because she's dead, but I'm actually quite excited to see it. But I know she's dead, so I'll probably diss it again afterwards.
No, I think don't look at it as that. Look at it as you're going to be introduced to characters that are still going to be in the Marvel universe as well.
No, of course, I totally get that, but she's dead.
Yeah, and this was set after Endgame, not after Endgame,
after Civil War,
after
Infinity War.
Yes,
I think, Civil War. Yeah.
Well, I just don't understand. They could have done that. They could have. They might as well have intertwined one or two of those characters into Endgame, or put them at the end.
It's probably similar to how it was with Captain Marvel.
Do you know what? This film should have been done. I'm glad they're doing it, but it should have been done
way back.
But then again,
I
don't know if it would have been as good if they'd done it earlier. Because I think, obviously, I guess out of the original 6 of them, her and Hawkeye would probably be like the least interesting characters, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? And whereas we've gone through the whole 20-odd films with all of them now, it's like, and especially the way Black Widow died, you're like, nah, man, they've done her dirty. Do you know what I mean? She just jumped off the cliff, and that's it. No funeral, nothing. Do you know what I mean? And
yeah, so go on.
And you kind of feel like, nah, she deserves a bit more of her own film, really.
See, and that's where I would have thought in between Infinity War and Endgame would have been perfect for her, because they planned for her to die. It would have been a good lead up, said, oh, this is about her, and then Endgame, then she dies. That would have been a good lead up to me, not after doing it after Endgame.
But I think it would have been a distraction, because like with Endgame and thinking they were sequential. You had to see them, because the way we left after Infinity War, remember when Black Panther and Spider-Man disappeared, we didn't want to hear about something else that wasn't to do with that.
Yeah.
And that's what I was saying about stuff like with Captain Marvel. Like, obviously, she should have been the first film that ever came out. But if she was the first film that came out, in every film afterwards, you'd be like, why don't you just call Captain Marvel? She can do it with her eyes closed.
Yeah. And wait a minute, did Ant-Man 2 come after in Infinity War? It didn't. Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah, it came after.
After, was it?
that's because they weren't there, though, was it? That was.
Yeah. So they need to. So they've done it very smart because they needed a film like Ant-Man, which was kind of running along the same time with it, because obviously it happened at the end, didn't it? Where they got blipped, whatever it is. And obviously, and I think they always use a film that's quite light-hearted after a major Avengers film, because Ant-Man come after what's that film called? Age of Ultron.
Yes.
Like when the phases end, basically. So yeah, they're smart the way they've done it. But no, I think Black Widow is coming out at the right time, to be fair.
Yeah, I haven't got a problem with it, to be honest, mate. It's a prequel type thing, so it's just a Marvel comic.
And what's her name? Scarlett Johansson's a really good actor, you know. So it's good that she can. I'm interested to see if she can hold the film as an Avenger for the whole way through, basically, rather than her just being like the sort of not side character, but yeah, just her on her own, basically.
All right. So, is there anything else that you've been watching recently, or?
I started second season of Hannah, halfway into it.
Oh, on Prime, yeah.
Yeah. So that's good. Yeah, interesting. Again, it's one of those series that I thought, what more could you possibly do with this? But yeah, they're like, I like the direction that they're going with it, basically.
Right, there was
I started watching Warrior Nun.
Mike, you took the words out of my mouth, you know. Bruv, yesterday I was about to start watching Warrior Nun.
Wait.
I watched the trailer and I said, I don't know if this program's for me, you know.
I knew you wasn't gonna like it from the trailer. I knew.
Wait, you know, when I Warrior, is it an Asian film?
No.
I watched about. I kind of like watched about the first episode, and then I gave the second episode a chance. And nah.
It came up on Amazon. I mean, on Netflix as one of the top programs. And then there was a series. I was like, okay. But when I watched the trailer, I was like, this is like Stargirl, man. She's just trying to recruit bare people. And I thought, I don't know if I'm going to watch it. I don't know if I can watch it. Obviously, it's not like Stargirl, but it's
it starts off like you're in it. You're thinking, okay, so it gets you in it. Like she gets her powers, she's dead, and I don't care about spoilers, guys. Yeah. But anyway, the girl's dead. Something goes on in the nun place. Is it a nunnery? A church. You wouldn't say a church. She's in the morgue. Some other secret society bring in some body that's injured. They take something out of this girl's body because these other people are coming into the place to ransack it. And then they put this halo thing in the dead girl. She becomes alive, and then she was flashed back into her life. And it was just getting stupid. Because then after that, this girl was just like, she was just a teenager. It was like worse than Stargirl. It was like, I don't watch that. What's it called?
It's like Stargirl meets Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
There was some foolishness in it, bro. Like, so the girl, when she was alive, she couldn't walk and stuff. Fair enough, and all of this stuff. And she was raised in an orphanage. So now she's alive. She thinks she's dead. She's just walking around in her clothes, thinking, I must be dead. Yeah, and because she could walk, because she could never walk. But then she's doing foolishness, like just like sneaking into people's houses saying, "How can I eat food?" There was a stupidness in the story. Like, why are strangers just going to let somebody? Anyway, I gave up. I didn't watch it, so it might be a good show.
that was my thing. I'm glad you watched it because I was about to say it, and I was like, I don't know if I can watch this program, but yeah, I think sometimes we can't. I don't know. Maybe we give things a go, innit? 1 episode, 2 episodes. If it's not there, give it a miss, innit? We ain't paid for nothing. I mean, we already paid for our Netflix subscription.
And do you know what I hear about that? You know, you watch something on Netflix and you think, oh, this is dead. Like, I don't want to watch it anymore. That damn continue watching thing will stay on there for months, like until it disappears. Like, please, someone just write to them and say, can we have the option to just get rid of it, please? You feel like you have to finish it, innit? Does anyone ever just go back to each episode and just scroll all the way along?
Bruv, you feel obliged, you know. You feel obliged.
I hate it.
Hey, you know the worst thing, Mo, is my Netflix. There's loads of people. Well, not loads. No, there's loads of family members that have my Netflix account, bro. And sometimes they be watching something I ain't watched that yet. Like, why is it on my continue?
I mean, don't touch my profile, yeah. It's fine.
Go to your set up your own profile and do your thing, bro. Bare people on my profile. Like, I remember watching Power. I'd watch halfway through an episode, want to come back to it, but someone's going to watch it in the middle of the day. Now I don't know where I am. I'm just like, I've got to watch it again from the beginning. Nah, it's a lot.
Hold on. Sorry, quick thing. Talking about Power, when is the spin-off meant to come back in?
I don't
know.
No, because they made a little thing about
Power Book 2 was when it?
Yeah, that was it. Power Book 2.
Was it finished though? Was it finished and ready? Because if they were still filming, that's probably why, isn't it?
Power Book 2. When is it coming out? Let's have a look. They thought it was supposed. Oh, whoa, hold on. It says they're probably looking at a 2021 air date.
Oh, okay. So they pushed it back as well. And I remember it was all about Tariq.
Tariq and Tasha.
Yeah.
know.
Bro.
look at Merv. Oh.
Yeah, basically it halted production. COVID halted production, so they haven't finished filming it.
Okay.
Hey, Rick, have you been watching that other version of Love Island?
Oh no, I refuse to. The Australian one, yeah?
Yeah.
What's that?
I just see the advert for it. That's all. I ain't watched it.
I ain't seen it. It's ITV2. It's Australian Love Island. I refuse to entertain it. I refuse.
But has Kel watched it though?
No, the thing is, I was going to reach out to Kel, but I thought, you know what, I'm never going to do it. I'm just.
So you watching it to yourself then?
I saw the first episode, innit?
Bro, do you know what the maddest thing is? Like we're on this Zoom thing, yeah. Like Richard's hair is so long, he's twisted it. While he's talking to us, it's busting me up.
Mate, I'm trying to reach your levels, man. I'm trying to reach your levels.
I'm looking, I can just see Richard just twisting the little hair, bro.
It's got a bit of Mike. Can you do that?
Huh?
Huh?
Don't pull it. Why are you pulling it apart, though? The gap's bigger, isn't it?
Mate, I never hate in the mist.
All right, it's not easy. All right, well, you man. Let's see if you man are still as geeky as you think you are, yeah? All right, with some random questions. Let's see who's good with them. All right, easy one. What is the highest grossing box office film of all time?
Titanic.
Nope.
Avatar.
Endgame.
Yep.
Avengers Endgame.
Yeah, that's
what
it.
Results were we using?
He cheated though, innit? Because they re-released it, right?
What?
Yeah.
Isn't that what happened? Like they re-released something so that it could beat Avatar.
If it hits the back of the net, boy, it's a goal, isn't it?
Yeah, for real.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I fully said
I'll let you
Avatar.
go. It's fine, guys. It's
Yeah.
all right.
All right. How many films have Kate Winslet and Leonardo DiCaprio starred in together?
Four.
Three.
Three. No, two.
Merv, what are the two?
Titanic and is it Revolutionary Road?
You're correct.
Yeah. Brett, you know.
I was guessing.
What? No, are you serious? Is he really correct?
Merv's fully
No,
geeked,
it's correct.
Yeah, I don't want
Correct.
pressure, man. I don't want
And that's why
I ain't gonna lie. Merv is fully geeked.
because I didn't know I didn't think he'd get Revolutionary Road. I respect that.
And I'm not even seeing it. How about that?
All right.
But he's not humble with it.
This guy Merv, he's been winding me up recently. Winding me up big time. This is annoying me. But anyway, go on.
Who played the lead role in the 2001 film Laura Croft Tomb Raider?
Angelina
Jolie, yeah.
Angelina Jolie. All right. Who was the director of the 1996 action thriller The Rock?
Director.
Michael Bay.
Michael Bay.
Gangster.
He's a fucking gangster, bro. All right.
My guy.
Who play? Oh, this is easy. Who plays the titular role in 2018 superhero Black Panther?
I wonder who that is. Chadwick Boseman.
Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, Chadwick.
Who's Chadwell?
Innit?
Which
Chadwell.
US
I'm thinking of Chadwick
comedian
Heath, isn't it?
wrote and directed Get Out and Us?
Jordan Peele.
Peele.
Jordan Peele, correct.
All right, Merv, man.
Sorry, man.
Nah, I'm playing.
I get a bit competitive, innit?
Right, what is the name of the second James Bond film?
Oh, second.
James Bond 2.
Ever.
Dr. No.
No, Dr. No, I think was one of the
Yeah,
first ones.
yeah.
Dr. No was in Jamaica, so that was what.
The
That was,
man,
The
the man with the
Spanish
golden
one, I don't
gun.
know.
not the man with the golden gun.
On
It's,
the Majesty Secret Service.
it's got a country in it, in the title.
Russia.
From Russia with Love.
From Russia with Love.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right, let's have a go. How many Academy Awards has Leonardo DiCaprio won?
Oh, Merv didn't get this one.
I probably
He's
don't know.
definitely-
I'll
Yeah,
read
he's-
more.
He's definitely got one. That's for sure.
That is correct.
3.
One.
Now, one. He's been nominated 6 times. He's only won once.
Oh,
Oh, okay, I've got a question.
oh, yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, yeah.
And do you know what film we actually won for?
Fully don't know.
I know. Django?
Nah, The Revenant.
Oh, yeah, that's of course.
What, is that the one with the bear?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Mauled up by the bear, boy.
Yeah.
All right, Marlon, you can get this one. Cool Runnings is the story of which country entering a bobsleigh team in the Winter Olympics?
Jamaica, obviously.
Ah. Jamaica.
But I'm not
The thing-
Jamaican, to be fair. I don't know
I know
why
you're
I
not.
get that. That's just,
No, I just for the
So you
one that
saw
could
I
get.
was black. You saw I was black,
Come on, I knew you wasn't.
and you
man.
assumed I was Jamaican. Not you two, Nate.
Bruv, I'm a Jamaican. It takes a Jamaican to know a Jamaican. It's fine. All right, let's see if you remember. In 2008, in 90s rom-com Clueless, who plays Josh Lucas? Who it is Cher Horowitz' ex-stepbrother?
Huh?
What?
In 2008.
No, I don't know where. I tried to think I read 2 different questions at the same time.
But,
In
okay.
90s rom-com Clueless,
Yeah.
who played Josh Lucas?
The guy from American Pie.
No?
Or the other guy from Scrubs.
Wait,
Right,
can you
90s.
just? Who's in Clueless? What is that?
Yeah, I don't know.
I
don't know.
know the 2 actors or women, but I don't
I want
know.
to say Marlon Wayne's just guessing.
It was Paul Rudd.
Yeah, that's what I
Oh,
meant.
yeah.
Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
Who's Paul Rudd?
With
The
Jennifer
vampire,
Aniston,
right?
right?
Ant-Man, isn't it?
I'm gonna stop talking.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, he was.
He was an idiot.
AKA Vampire, bro.
All right. For which film did Sandra Bullock win her Oscar?
Gravity.
Speed.
Miss Congeniality.
Nope. It was the film where she
I know, The
was
Blind Side.
The Blind Side, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Was that the one? Is that the one on Netflix? What's
The one where
Black
she's
Side?
helping the black guy.
That one, Rich.
Yeah, it's on
That
Netflix.
one.
Yeah,
She
it's on
talked-
Netflix.
Oh, that one.
Oh yeah, okay.
Guy that looks like you, Rich.
All right. Kind of.
Hey, hold on. Show respect.
What film is this from? Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
I've got that sample.
Gone with the Wind.
God,
I've got that sample. That's it. There you go. I've got that sample. Damn it.
We didn't get,
Which
we
movie
didn't get the question right there. did
iconic
you?
dance scene
Shut up, Merv. Look at this geezer.
between Uma Thurman and John Travolta?
Say that again.
Say that again, sorry.
Oh,
Which
Pulp Fiction.
movie-
I want to say, but
Which
I didn't
movie
hear the
features
question.
an iconic dance scene between Uma Thurman and John
Yeah.
Travolta?
Pulp
Pulp
Fiction.
Fiction.
Yeah.
What does Tom Hanks compare life to in Forrest Gump?
Chocolate.
Box of chocolates.
A box of chocolates. In which Austin Powers film
To be fair,
does
his mum
Beyonce
does,
make her movie debut?
God
Shaggy.
member.
Goldman.
His mum said life is like a box of chocolates. So technically, he didn't.
Who does Will Ferrell play in Anchorman?
Ted.
Oh,
Burgundy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
run.
I was about to say Ted
He said
Bundy.
Tim. He said Tim. You don't get that.
Hey, do you know how funny that film is? It's such a dumb film. It's so funny. Sorry.
Have you seen that new film he's in?
Which one?
Oh, the
Nah.
Eurovision one.
Eurovision one.
No, I saw it. I thought, nah, I don't know if I want to watch this.
It's watchable. It is. It's not actually that bad, but then it's long. Sometimes it's like, okay, you know, it's just long, but it's not bad. Anyway, sorry, question.
How many films has Al Pacino and Nero starred in together?
4, yeah,
So-
4.
Okay, what are the 4?
Heat, Godfather,
Godfather, yes.
Goodfellas.
88,
No, Goodfellas.
88
Nah, it's not in
minutes.
Goodfellas.
88 minutes.
No.
What's the other one?
I know it's something
Is
around
he in
88.
Casino? Did you say Casino?
No.
The Irishman.
The Irishman, yeah, there's
And-
one left.
Yeah.
You said the first part already.
88.
No.
88 seconds.
No.
Duh.
What was the first film you said?
Ding, 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 ding,
I said,
ding, 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 ding,
Godfather.
ding, ding.
Yeah, Godfather.
And what is the other one? What's the one that's after Godfather?
The Godfather Part 2.
Yes.
No, they've done another one though. They've done another film.
No, they're again Godfather Part 2, Heat. Oh, sorry, my bad. It says 4, but they've got 4 names: Righteous Kill and The Irishman.
Yeah, that's it. Righteous Kill. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, they're not in the Godfather. They're in the Godfather Part 2.
Yeah, that's right. Godfather Part 2.
Yeah, I apologize.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if you. No, you won't get that one. That's pointless.
Hey, have some faith, man.
Okay, all right. What was Orlando Bloom's first film role?
Legolas. Lord of the Rings. No.
First
Pirates of
film.
the Caribbean.
No, you know what? He played a young prostitute in Oscar Wilde biopic Wild. Hence why I think he wouldn't have got that one.
Okay. I thought he was in EastEnders, like walk on.
I would have known that.
All right. Which song is used to soundtrack a famous scene of an ear being cut off in Quentin Tarantino's Reservoir Dogs?
Yeah, I can't remember that. I've only seen that film once. I can't lie.
I don't know.
Stuck in the Middle with You.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Do you remember it now when you say it like
I
that?
remember it now, but it doesn't. Yeah, I need to watch it again.
All right. Last question. What is the name of the accident-prone ant who is the main character in A Bug's Life?
Arnold.
Did you say Arnold?
I just heard A and Arnold, didn't it?
No, it was Flick. It was Flick.
Yeah,
No, it could have been his good name. Do you know what my favourite scene in A Bug's Life is?
What?
Where he goes, don't go towards the light. And he goes, I can't help it. It's just too beautiful. And then he gets electrocuted. Yeah, that's for the Geek Pod episode 51. Don't put that in the outtakes, yeah. All right, you man, love for the love, my G's.
Big up.
Episode 52, bro.
Yeah.
Great people, say so.
Peace.